Many years ago, sir, I went to preach somewhere in Ibadan. No, I didn't go to preach. Something took me there. And I went to a hotel called Premier. I hope the name is correct. Premier Hotel, one hotel up the mountain. I went there. It was a beautiful place. And I had no money. I went to wait for someone, I remember. And the person disappointed me. He did not come. It was night. I didn't have money to pay for that place. But I was in training with God. Praying and fasting. Crying to the God of heaven to find expression through my life. It was night, I remember. 10, 11 in the night. I remember it like yesterday. I saw people coming in. They were ushered in beautifully. Went and looked through the reception, you know, and I didn't have the money to pay. And since I'm not a thief, I made up my mind. I just stood and I said, Lord God of heaven, look at this. But then I knew that it was a moment of sowing. That one day, since God cannot be mocked, this shame will be turned to glory. A few years later, many years now, but a few years after that time, I went to preach. Please listen, we're wrapping up. You must hear this. I went to preach somewhere in Ibadan, and there was a convoy of people. Oh, Apostle, we're happy to have you in our city. And they said, can we take you to go and rest? Then we were on our way going, and I noticed they were climbing a hill. And they got to a place and there were people standing, ushers, and they opened the door, and I was standing in front of that same place. This time around, not with the shame that I had before. The harvest had come. The days of prayer had paid off. The days of studying the word and learning. I'm not saying this to brag. I hope you understand the morale. And you know, the people came, the management came, were happy to have you around. And they took me to the highest floor. I don't know what they call it. And they kept me there. I went with these, my lovely people. And so when they went there, I was preparing for the meeting. And these guys were swimming and playing table tennis. They were enjoying everything that came at me. And I was watching them from the window. They would then play table tennis, swim, and then take, I think maybe there was a drink kept for them. And I said, it's not your fault. Oh my dear. I'm saying that because I want to prophesy to someone. Your suffering today is a harvest that your children's children will eat from. The constraints, the sacrifices that you're making. Listen, there are many people and many meetings and many ministries that I sneaked into years ago. I sat inside, some I sat outside. And when the people came to invite me many years ago, they never knew that I'd once been to their meetings quietly. They say, you may not know our place, let me describe. And I say, I know it. I'm not too old to forget. I know. I was there. Doesn't bring dishonor, but it is a revelation that God